What we're trying to do at Real Food, Real Story is create a new form of community hub, a new way of getting people together around deep listening, around sharing from a place of authenticity and a place of putting relationship first and foremost. I'm super honored to introduce Paul Golowski and Molly Nakahara of Dinner Bell Farm.
As Perry told you, Dinner Bell Farm is a 30-acre farm up in the foothills of the Sierra Nevada. We tell people we're from Grass Valley, but Dinner Bell is actually in a little town called Chicago Park. We would go there for a few years, and it was like the last place I would ever think of starting a farm. It's not flat, it's rolling, there's woods, there's poison oak and blackberry bushes, and there's nothing about it is easy. And I remember we would go and look at land in places like Winters and the Capay Valley, and where the soil is deep and it's flat, and you're able to where a lot of the most successful farms in the state all are, and for obvious reasons, close to the bay. The reason we ended up picking our farm and where we were going to be and start this project was because we were rich in water.
We're full of energy, and we think, well, we've got water, we know how to build soil. So we start working as hard as we possibly can. We're gonna be this big farm, we're gonna show the world that you can make a living being a small farmer. And Paul got a call one day.
Ding, 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 ding. I never answer the phone, but I answered it. And I'm, hello, and hi, my name's so-and-so, and I am a chef in San Francisco. I'm a chef de cuisine at maybe the most or one of the most famous restaurants in San Francisco. We're talking, and she said, could you raise chickens? And I said, yeah, it could be something we could do. And
we have about 300 chickens alive on our farm at this point, and she says, how about 85 a week?
How about 85 a week? And so I say, well, they're gonna be expensive. And and she says, well, fine. Money wasn't really an issue to her and to them. And so I got off the phone, and I went and told Cooper and Molly. I said, yeah, I just got a call from so-and-so, and they're like, oh my God!
How did they find us?
They were so excited, and it was, at that point, we became chicken farmers. And I think that at that phone call, I sometimes say that that's the worst phone call I ever got. because at that point, we sort of lost our way. We knew that small and niche and artisanal was going to be how Dinner Bell was going to survive, because that is what we always talk about, that it's all about quality and integrity of what we're doing. And all of a sudden, we were not going to compromise those values, but all of a sudden we were going to be with the big boys and girls, and we were going to deliver to the Bay every single week.
And we did it.
And we did it.
The next year, we increased production by many, many hundredfold. I think we went from 500 chickens to 10,000 or something, in our big year. And it was grueling.
Farming very much is about resilience and perseverance, and about finding a way and keeping going. And
I don't even remember, it's sort of a blur to me now, that time of our life. And I think it was becoming pretty clear to us that it wasn't sustainable, but we were still under this pressure to make a living for ourselves. What happened is we found that raising a heritage breed chicken, so a chicken that grows slowly, we had chickens that were mature anywhere from 10 to 12 weeks, which doesn't sound very old, but modern breeds of chicken, the Cornish cross, is ready in 5 to 6 weeks, and so twice as long of a production period. Though we couldn't certify organic, we were really committed to buying organic feed. we could certify organic, but we would have to certify the slaughterhouse that we went to, and that was sort of a financial burden we couldn't bear. We created a new model of production for a way to raise heritage breed chicken on pasture, not just letting them roam around a dirt lot, was $30 a chicken. That's what it took to produce a heritage breed, moved to fresh pasture every day, never confined to a small space. You know, we were AWA approved, animal welfare approved, which is a great humane certification.
My whole motivation was feeding and working with low-income people, was why I became a farmer. And here I am at the farmer's market and I'm selling chickens for like $40 and $45, and I feel like a total asshole. It like put us in a situation where we were so far from where we wanted to be.
When we were talking about this, we realized, we've distilled our farm. We decided to not raise chicken. We focused in on livestock and flowers, these things that we love. And perhaps we have this genetic connection to these crops. Agriculture is something that happens over generations. A good farm is a farm that's been around for a very long time. If you farm for 10 years, you've only done it 10 times. And I am really comforted by the thought that perhaps with the help of kitchen table advisors, focusing on these components of a farm that we love, that we're good at, that we have a dog who's good at working with the animals with us. You know, in some ways I feel like we're getting help from our grandparents, our ancestors who are involved in agriculture, because we've sort of chosen the things that they did.
We're known for our padrones and our shishitos, and another type of pepper called a Jimmy Nardello, you know. And then we're sort of known for our pigs. And at this point, we raise two breeds of pigs. One's called a Mongolica, and one's called a Mulefoot. Whenever you're starting a farm or a project like a farm, it's one of many generations, and the success really won't come in Molly and my lifetime. I always think about when I'm working, what is the 100-year plan?
I'm encouraged, I'm hopeful in that I see so many more people who are like just increasingly in huge numbers of people who are inspired by food and by farms and by working in cities to bring food and farms to cities. We want to be that farm. So I think that's the most hopeful thing that I see, that there's this desire to connect through food. I just think that is an unstoppable feeling that humans have.
This is something in talking I wrote. It says, the ghosts and the spirits that surround us on the farm are the essence of the people before us, and the friends and the mentors, the relatives and supporters, the workers and the eaters, who have all given some valuable part of themselves to be woven into the fabric of the farm. Some are long gone, some recently passed away, and some beside us still, but all recalled from a memory when we work with the land every day. Our work is one of continuity, the act of stitching the spirits of the past and the present to the future, giving earthly form to the ghosts. So thank you so much for letting us come. It really means a lot.
We want to help build communities that center around trust, transparency, and a mutual aspiration towards a healthy and regenerative food system.